Hello everyone, Andy and Stu here at Portman Road, where Ipswich have just exited the FA Cup. The dream is over. They've lost 2-1 to Coventry in a second round replay, and Paul Lambert has sat at this very desk just a few minutes ago and described it as the worst display since he's been at the club. And that's probably fair. Would you say?
Yeah, poor performance tonight, and Paul did not mince his words. Repeatedly said it's not good enough. I know it's not good enough. The players know it's not good enough. Not hiding from that, not making any excuses. Understood the crowd's frustration, so he didn't hide from that, but didn't really have many answers as to why it's happened tonight. People out there will have their own thoughts on that, but yeah, the late goal flattered them, didn't it, too?
Yeah, should we just quickly run through the game, and the damage was really done in the first half. At half-time, I don't think many people would have sensed there was a way back, and it was Jordan Shipley and Max Biamu scoring 2 goals in the first half. Coventry were pulling Ipswich around the pitch, making space, attacking down the flanks, incisive, took their chances. And then Luke Garbutt, as you've just mentioned, after a bit of an improvement after the break, did score a header, sort of 84 minutes, giving a bit of hope. But look, as you said, that was flattery, wasn't it? They were well beaten this evening.
Hammered down with rain, swirling wind. Coventry carved them open time and time again in the first half. Midfield looked lacking in energy and legs. It was Hughes and Scoos in the middle of the park. Coventry had 3 in midfield against them, and they absolutely dominated that. And then some of the defending was pretty statuesque. You know, good movement, good passing. They scored twice, and it looked like they could cut open Ipswich at will. And the Garbutt goal came very late and out of nowhere. Prior to that Garbutt goal, we had an atmosphere inside Portman Road tonight that was almost a throwback to the end days of Mick McCarthy. The biggest cheer of the night was when Alan Judge had a tame shot, which I think may have even been a cross, that trickled through to the goalkeeper, and there was big cheers followed by ironic chants of "We've had a shot."
That is a flashback, isn't it?
That is a real flashback, and that is probably the first time that Paul Lambert has heard a crowd like that, which is crazy, really, when you think he came in October, November time, and the way they went on to get relegated, the way he managed to keep the positivity around this place was remarkable. But that was the first sign tonight of a few frustrations creeping in from people, and that kind of brings us on to the debate about squad rotation and the lack of momentum and the dip in form.
Changes. There were changes again, 8 of them this evening. But you look at the team that was named this evening, and that there are some notable players in there who haven't played much. Barry Cotter being one, Toto and Ciala being another. But across the team, there's some experienced players in there, some players that are frontline players, a strike partnership of Jackson and Norwood, who didn't have an awful lot going for them this evening, who at the start of the season they looked great, didn't they? They were working fantastically, but they've not played together regularly for some time, and it is beginning. Yeah. It's beginning to show, isn't it?
Yeah. On paper tonight, you looked at that team, and I think the general reaction was that's strong. He's taken the cup seriously. Holy was first choice goalkeeper, very much so at the start of the season. Wolfenden has played most of the games. Scoos has played most of the games.
And Judge Edwards, a centrepiece he was supposed to be, wasn't he?
Yeah. So on paper it was strong, but when you actually looked at how many games they've been playing of late, and it's not helped by the fact that there's been so many cup games and it's been a really weird schedule, and there's been the games called off because of international games, but throw in this squad rotation as well, and it just feels like they've all got a little bit deconditioned, that there's no real team chemistry or cohesion building over the last few weeks. And Ipswich have gone from winning 10 of their opening 14 games in all competitions to winning 3 of their last 13 now. That's a concern.
It's a 180 in form, isn't it? And if you just look at Coventry this evening, they're an example of a team that's played. They've played Ipswich 3 times in 10 days, and each time it's been a largely consistent side. The same, probably 14 players being used, and that's been the case all season. And it showed tonight. It showed a team that knows each other. They have partnerships all over the field, particularly in midfield, where they're very, very strong, aren't they? And that was the difference tonight. A team against a group of players.
Yep. I think we'll end it there. It's put a bit more pressure on Saturday's game. Ipswich are at home to Bristol Rovers here at Portman Road, a top 6 clash. yet to beat a top six side, Ipswich, and tonight's result just heaps a little bit more pressure on that one as the festive schedule comes upon us.